My name is Shayla Robinson. I am a paraprofessional at Iola Elementary School. I've been working there for a little over a year now, and I absolutely love it. I work primarily with fifth grade students during the day, but I also teach an after school program called Safe Base. Basically, I do a lot of STEM related projects, and then during the day, I'm just a classroom para. I'm currently working towards my bachelor's degree in secondary education, so it will take me 3 to 4 years, and I plan on staying in that paraprofessional position for a while until I get into the rhythm of things. Then my later on goal is to get a degree in teaching art, and so that's what I'm looking to do, maybe middle school, high school level, but for now I'm really enjoying the elementary level. Here are some things that I think that are important for teachers to possess as far as dispositions in teaching go. Here are some that I possess. I possess personal conduct, reflection, and honesty. These three are extremely important to me, and I feel as though working in the school has developed these in me already. Personal conduct, that just revolves around the way I dress, the way I carry myself, the way my mannerisms are towards students and other teachers. This is something that is really important. It's just a level of professionability. I come into work and I fully believe in the saying that the way you came into the interview is the way that you should show up for the job. That means you're showing up on time. It means you're showing up dressed well and professional. It means you're speaking with good vocabulary to the students. You're not demeaning in any way. And you're just generally a kind person to be around. Another thing I possess already is reflection. This goes into looking back and taking criticism well. So I'm always looking forward to opportunities where I can grow. That's part of the reason why I decided to go into college and why I think it's important to further my education in this field, because as soon as I started being a para, I just knew that this was for me. I knew that teaching was something up my alley, and I definitely look forward to learning more. Another thing I have already is honesty. I feel as though if we're not honest and transparent, it's really hard to learn and grow as educators, let alone to help others grow as well, which is what we're doing as educators. We're helping others grow. A few things that I need to work on, what things I need to develop as far as dispositions to teaching before being a first-year teacher. I think that I need to work on my compassion and advocacy. I've never been a super compassionate person. It doesn't come naturally to me. It's something that I have to work towards. Now, I wouldn't say, I'm a nice person, but it still doesn't mean that I can't improve in those areas. I need to work on how I interact with students when they're emotional, how I interact with students when they're crying, when they're going through different things. I need to be able to be more compassionate, not just on a student level, especially for fifth grade students, but just as a whole. I think that that's something I can work on personally. Part of that being in my word every morning and doing the things that I need to do to grow my walk as a Christian, not only as a student and as an educator. The second thing I need to work on is advocacy. I think that it's hard to speak up for yourself, let alone for others. So advocacy is something that I always look forward to improving upon. I think that there's a lot of growth that I can do on my part as far as advocacy goes. Without advocating for them, we can't put them where they need to go without expressing those things to higher ups and admins and letting them know, like, hey, this is what's going on. These students need this extra time. They need this extra help. Like, how can we help them? How can we put their best interest forward? So this is something that I admire about the teachers I work with. They do it really well, but it's also something that I feel I could improve on. Those are things that I want to develop. One last thing, the question was, what qualities should professional educators display? I think qualities of adaptiveness, gentleness, sternness, and love, good moral judgment. Those are things that all teachers should possess. I think when it comes to adaptiveness, you'll learn really quickly as a paraprofessional and any other type of teacher. The minute you're thrown into a job, you are learning on the spot. There's a lot of things that are not trained to us. I mean, we don't know these things. You're thrown into it. As much as you can read in a book, you don't experience what it's like to be a teacher until you're actually in situations, until you have kids who are having extreme behaviors. You don't know how to respond to those things until you've experienced it. And there's a lot of things that you need to be adaptive about. Or maybe a lesson doesn't, the way you're explaining a lesson doesn't make sense to a student in the way that you hoped it would. So now you have to adapt the lesson to the students. That happens a lot. Gentleness, sternness, love, and good moral judgment. I'm going to just wrap this video up with those 4. Gentleness, I think, is extremely important because we need to be gentle and loving just as Christ was to us and is to us. We need to display that same level of gentleness, love, and patience to our students, as well as having a good level of sternness. I feel like students come in, they need that level of discipline that they maybe aren't always getting at home. They need it balanced with love, patience, gentleness, sternness, all of it together. And that ties in with good moral judgment. I think that it takes good moral judgment as a person to handle situation with students that you may not have necessarily been prepared for. Anyways, thank you for watching my video. I thank you for your time, and I just hope that this explained well what dispositions I think are important. Thank you. Have a great day.